Hey there lads and lasses, Jim Bob here. Now, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, before anyone jumps the gun, this is not a review in particular, it is more like just discussing the problems with the film, and they are packed full of it. Now, I did an Instagram post on this some months ago, and I didn't quite cover everything I wanted to due to the fact that it doesn't let you write that much in the little description below your pictures. So I thought I'd do a video of it where I can film as much as I want. So, first off, I don't hate this film anywhere near as much as many other Star Wars fans do. Like, I see so many reviews, so many comments bashing the living shit out of this film, and I don't think it's that bad at all. But I do agree that it is completely full of problems, so many problems, and I can understand why some people don't like it. And on my maybe fourth watch now, I've noticed like even more things. And I just want to cover some of the things. So this is my video of the problem with The Last Jedi. Movie discussion, it's not a review. So the first thing I want to get into is practically the opening scene where Poe Dameron sends some kind of broadcast to General Hux, talking to him, and Poe opens up with a message for General Hux. You know, tall guy, kind of pasty, and I thought to myself, okay, that sounds more like a joke that people would make now in the 21st century, not a galaxy far, far away. And these aren't major issues, if you ask me. They're just like little nitpicks which I'm finding within the film. And you think with it being Star Wars, you think that they wouldn't actually mess up like this. But I believe that if J.J. Abrams would have directed this film instead of Rian Johnson, we would have had a very different movie. Now, moving on from that little issue is Princess Leia, or General Leia. She uses the Force to sort of pull herself back into the ship. Now, I know the Force can lift things, but I don't really know why it can actually pull people into stuff. So does that mean if I'm late for the bus, I could just use the Force and pull myself towards it? I wish, but it was just a bit dumb. Like, it's not something you really expect from Star Wars, and it's disappointing that they went with that aspect. And that is the main scene which I keep seeing like people in the comments getting really mad about it. Like, they absolutely cuss it so bad. I mean, I'm actually pleasantly surprised myself the amount of hate this film gets. And another thing which I think is which is one of the main problems, like so big, is the fact that Admiral Akbar, like, he was such an iconic character in the Return of the Jedi, despite his limited screen time. It's a trap. That quote itself sprung up memes, merchandise, T-shirts, everything like that, and they just kill him off with no actual meaning. Just killed him off like a little bitch, and I didn't really like that at all. It was just disappointing to just that they went that way, and maybe they could have gave him a more emotional send-off, being the iconic character he is. And I'm just so disappointed that he was just blown out of the ship, just all of a sudden, like that, and we didn't even get a chance. The characters and us as an audience don't get a chance to mourn. But one of the main things which I do not like about this film at all is the Canto Bight sequence. We have Finn and Rose on the Canto Bight, which is the casino planet, riding some alien horses, and for some reason, well, not for any reason at all, it just feels like you're watching a completely different movie. Like, it goes from Star Wars to something in modern day, but with aliens. Like, it doesn't feel like Star Wars to me at all, and that was so disappointing. I was like, okay, are we going to get out of this planet now and actually get somewhere? And so they're after the Master Codebreaker in this scene, Finn and Rose, and they find DJ, played by Benicio del Toro. And Benicio del Toro is a very, very likeable actor, but this character, I don't really get the whole stammer, for example. I mean, I stammer, of course. You probably notice in my videos, but it's not something which many people put on screen. Not that a stammer's a bad thing, before anyone thinks that. And I was hoping, when I first watched this film, that the Codebreaker would be Lando, and it'd be brilliant to see Billy D. Williams just on that planet. Because it sounds like something Lando would do. He would be on a planet, gambling all of his money But no, the actual codebreaker was just some random guy who looked like a modern day rich dude, and the person they ended up with was DJ, and I didn't really like that character at all. No disrespect to Benicio, because he is a fantastic actor, and what doesn't make sense to me is so many things involving the resistance and the fuse between Poe Dameron and Admiral Holdo. Now it's a shame that because Laura Dern is a very talented actress, and it's a shame that what didn't make much sense about her character is that the whole plan that they had to escape to this rebel base, if she had simply told Poe Dameron the plan and what was going on, the whole confrontation on the ship could have been avoided. That didn't make sense to me, because it seemed to me like the writers ran out of ideas and they didn't know what to do with this particular character scene, besides jumping X-Wings and blast stuff. So they decided that they're just going to make a bit of on-ship drama, but they went the complete wrong way about it, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, Power practically agreed with Leia's idea at the end. Leia's idea being Holdo's idea, and they just agree right at the end. So why didn't you just tell him in the first place? And the whole thing could have, no, I'm relieving you of duty. That could have been completely avoided. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm finding myself ranting now. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, another issue, the character of Rose. Now, no disrespect to Kelly Marie Tran. I'm sure she's a very, very nice person, and she didn't deserve anywhere near the backlash that she got. She was simply following a script. Now, her character, to me, was written wrongly. There wasn't much to her, and there was just so many things about her which you could find yourself getting annoyed at. Like some of the things she'd say, like I think it's not destroying what we hate, but saving what we love. I may have got that wrong. I do apologise if I have. That line itself, the very tone of the film at that point, you're thinking, this is supposed to be some kind of heartfelt scene, and I just pulled a face, and so that was an issue. Maybe in episode 9, I believe Kelly Marie Tran's in it. Excuse me. I'll be surprised if she's not. So maybe limit down her screen time. But don't get rid of Rose entirely, because I don't think that's fair on Kelly Marie Tran. Now, one thing I was also disappointed in is the Knights of Ren weren't in the film. Where are they? Who are they? I'm hoping with the recent news of Matt Smith landing a role in this new film that he may be one of them, and I think that'd be awesome, because we all know him as Doctor Who, and we know that past Doctor Who characters can play villains such as David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston. So seeing Matt Smith do this as well would actually be a very, very interesting take. But I was annoyed with the Last Jedi because they didn't discover the Knights of Ren. They didn't actually talk about them. I don't think they were even mentioned, and it was just annoying when The Force Awakens builds up so much hype for who are they, these mysterious people. Rey's vision when she touches the lightsaber in The Force Awakens, and then suddenly we just don't hear about it at all. And I think you're cocked up there, Rian Johnson. Like, no disrespect to you as a person, but come on. Now, particularly the new Force powers, I don't have a problem with them. Like with Rey moving all those boulders at the end. The communication between Rey and Kylo Ren, interesting, not great, interesting. The fact that Ghost Yoda, Puppet Yoda, I love that bit, manages to assemble lightning as a ghost. I mean, that's something we've never seen before. But the only reason I don't have a problem with the new Force powers is the fact that things need to evolve, and we don't want to see the same thing like so many years after the last one. I mean, Revenge of the Sith was 10 years ago, prior to The Force Awakens, and you don't want to see the Force just being like, boom, you can just push someone or lift like one or two boulders. I mean, it needs to advance. Why Rey's so powerful, I don't know, but I find her character interesting, and that's maybe I'm on my own there. If I am, so be it. But I don't have a problem with them. Now, what annoyed me also was the fact that Snoke didn't have a backstory. Like, who is this guy? J.J. Abrams set this character up perfectly, keeping him as a hologram, putting us at the edge of our seats, wondering who this guy is. Theories were on the internet. I had my own theories. I had my own theory myself. I had a theory that maybe Snoke was Darth Plagueis, but forgive me if I'm wrong, because I don't read Star Wars books. I just watch the films. And the fact that they went the route of not telling us about Snoke and he was just killed off, yeah, that was interesting. Like, Kylo Ren's now the big baddie, and that's interesting. But the fact that they didn't explore Snoke as a character was just annoying, and now he's just gone. Like, who is he? Where did he come from? And pretty much another issue which a lot of people have with this film is also Luke Skywalker. Now, Luke, to me, this is some of the best work I've seen Mark Hamill do. And Luke is a very different person than he was in the last one, and that's mainly what people have a problem with. Now, to me, the way he is, no guy can stay the same for 30 years. I mean, and the fact, but what I didn't like is the fact that he never left the island in the end. He never left the island. It was just a vision of him distracting Kylo Ren. I would have liked to have seen Luke Skywalker have at least another lightsaber clash with somebody, and you know, we got what we got. It was a very interesting choice, but the way it was pulled off just didn't work for me. And finally, Rey has now character development. Now, I think Daisy Ridley is a very talented actress. She was brilliant in The Force Awakens. She was good in The Last Jedi. But the thing is, you don't know anything about her character. Like, you know that she's from Jakku. Parents abandoned her there, and according to Kylo Ren, she was abandoned for drinking money. And if that's the case, then I think they really wasted an opportunity for a good story there. I'm hoping that Kylo Ren was actually messing with her head, and it's not actually the actual case. So that's it's interesting to figure out what exactly is going on with Rey as a character, and I hope they explore that more in Episode 9, because there's still potential. J.J. Abrams is back. Please fix the franchise. Now, conclusion. The whole film is pretty much a giant escape sequence, and it could have been done so much better. But do I think the film is bad? No, I don't. But the score I gave it on my first Instagram post was a 10 out of 10. Rewatching it, the score goes lower and lower, and to me, I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 now, when it was a 10, because I'm noticing these more problems. My inner fanboy ignored these problems the first time because it was Star Wars. I wanted to like it more than I did, but I don't hate this film. Definitely don't hate this film. I do think it is very, very good. Like, some of the visuals, some of the action, but some of the choices that were made in terms of story and how they went about things, can't tell why it didn't need to be there. So yeah, that's mainly the problems I have with The Last Jedi. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.